All right, let's go. Look, I got the small version of the Ama Milano. And a lot of times, like I did, I have two of them. One had a portafilter, one didn't. And the odds of finding a portafilter for one of these is pretty slim. But anyway, keep your like items together. And that way you always have it. But I wanted to always find a portafilter that worked with this. So I found this one that's very close. It's not exact. The outside diameter is just a tiny bit smaller than the AMA Milano one. And the tabs are, and the inner diameter is a little smaller than the AMA Milano. Look here as I compare them. But they're very close. I'm always looking for something that's interchangeable. You don't have to do a lot of modifications that somebody can find and go ahead and use. But these are almost the same, really close. And the tabs are not the same, but very close, not exact. And this isn't like a perfect fit, but this is going to work. Let's see what happens. So you see they're just not quite there. But anyway, it's pretty darn close. I wish they always made all these things in a standard size so you didn't have all this trouble, but that's what it is. And we're close on the tabs. The baskets are a little different, but pretty darn close. This one has see how the inside diameter is a little bigger on the actual AMA, and their basket wouldn't fit in this portafilter either. But the outside diameter is very close, with the AMA being just a bit bigger. And look, they're real close. So anyway, I was pretty happy because I've looked, I bought my first little one as to collect, but it had no portafilter. And I soon realized you're never going to find a portafilter. And if you did, you're super lucky. And then I bought another one that had a portafilter so I could use it. But so I've been kind of, so I started looking around. And I noticed my Presso portafilter was close. So let's look. That's the MA, and this is the Presso. The Presso is not quite as round, so you can see there is a gap. But if you can get it in there right. So let's run it with some water. Let's just see what happens. Started out good. If you've used these, they start out really slow and have a little blast at the end if you're running all the water out. This version doesn't have the knob. The larger one, and I have seen them with a knob to regulate the outflow. But these just go. You turn them on, and off they go. And work pretty good. You can see that there was a little leakage around the outside. So let's just run it again. I tightened it up a little and tried to center it a little better. And of course the Presso one isn't as good as the AMA Milano. You got to be careful with the handle, but you can see you do get a little splatter. You get a couple leaks there, so it's not perfect, but let's try it with some coffee, and let's just see what comes out. This isn't trying to make coffee to taste or anything. This is doing the operation of the machine, so I may adjust the amount or the press or all those things also on the machine just to see how it goes. So let's just see what we got here. It's working pretty good. At the slow speed, you get just a tiny drip before the end. And let's just film, with the coffee in, you get a little bit less spillage, it looks like. So, and anyone who's used these a lot probably has a really good technique. I haven't used it that much. I'm just winging it here because I really want to see if this portafilter works. And, we got to say it does. It's not perfect. There is a little dripping. You can see a tiny bit of spluttering. Nothing like massive or dangerous. And here it is at full blast. So, worked pretty darn good. I got to say it's a win. If you had one of these and you don't have a portafilter, the Presso one does work because I think the odds of finding one are very slim, especially one of these small-sized ones. But the good old Presso, and that one does work. So if you have one of these, you can go ahead and find the Presso portafilter and basket. I don't know how, I didn't really look up how much they are right now, but you can probably find one of those a lot easier. And, it'll give you some functionality. It's not perfect. I did try to steam some milk. It did work, but I don't know if these machines are great at steaming. Some people may be better. It probably needs a little smaller steam tip. But AMA Milano small version. If you're lost a portafilter, like so many people have these machines, no portafilter, that Presso one will work. So pretty darn cool. And just go ahead and subscribe and like and Yeah, we'll really appreciate it, and we'll go on and do some more adventures. So if you see a portafilter that might fit one of these, let me know, and let's find out for people with old machines what they can get so they can still use them. Excellent.